Welcome to Tiger Media News Network. This is Kylie Gahn. Despite the winter weather this week, Fort Hays State students braved below zero wind chills and up to 6 inches of snow to attend classes Tuesday morning. The university shut down at 1 p.m., but many students took to social media to object to campus being open during the day. Yesterday, campus was open all day as most of the streets and sidewalks around Hays had been cleared. But icy spots are likely to remain as temperatures are not forecasted to be above freezing until next week. An additional 1 to 3 inches of snow is forecasted for this weekend. Last week, Fort Hays State President Edward Hammond formally endorsed Kansas Governor Sam Brownback's plan to change the state budget for next year. The budget had been set by the state last year as part of a 2-year budget, and President Hammond agrees with the governor that massively increasing enrollment at Fort Hays requires more funding than the budget originally allotted. The proposal will increase the Fort Hays budget approximately $1 million. The additional funding will be used to support the Kansas Academy of Mathematics and Science and the new Information Systems Engineering Bachelor of Science degree program. The first After Dark of the spring semester is planned for tomorrow night, giving Fort Hays students a chance to have fun before the daily grind of the spring semester fully kicks in. The After Dark theme is Candy Crush Saga. The Candy Crush Saga After Dark begins at 9 p.m. in the Fort Hays Memorial Union. Along with the regular events that the Center for Student Involvement plans for the series, this weekend's After Dark will feature 2 films, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2. Fort Hays attendees are asked to remember to bring their Tiger card. Saturday, the Hays Symphony Orchestra will conclude its 10th annual Young Artist Concerto competition with a public performance with the orchestra beginning at 7:30 p.m. This year's competition is open to all instrumentalists and vocalists except piano. 3 finalists will be selected for the final performance, with the competition prizes announced immediately following the performance. Prizes awarded equal $2,000. The second of this year's Sibelius Lecture Series was scheduled Tuesday, but was postponed due to weather. The event was to feature Karl Rove, a prominent Republican political strategist who worked in the White House as President George W. Bush's assistant chief of staff. The event will be scheduled at a later date, and all tickets issued will be honored at that time. Several Fort Hays groups are coming together to host Let Us Shake the Earth into Awareness, a movement increasing mindfulness of women's rights across the world. The event is scheduled for February 10th at 6 p.m. in the Fort Hays Quad. During the event, artwork will be displayed in the Memorial Union lobby, and groups will perform dances to show honor for women affected by violence and poverty. The Student Health Center will be hosting its next Ask the Nurse series on sexual assault awareness on February 11th in the Cody Commons at 6 o'clock. The session will be hosted by Melanie Heimerman, a nurse practitioner in the Student Health Center. Heimerman's past experiences will help students understand the dynamics of sexual assault, know how to prevent sexual assault by learning observing behavior, and basic safety tips. The series will also identify relevant campus and community resources related to sexual assault. Last week, Fort Hays State hosted a celebration in honor of the Chinese New Year. The annual event began with a meal, then a production featuring traditional and modern theatrical dance and music from China, along with some Western twists. This year's event drew a large crowd of both national and international students. Each year in China is symbolized by an animal, and this celebration began the Year of the Horse. Friday, February 7th is the last day for student organizations to submit allocation requests to the Fort Hays student government. This year, following the passing of the Fundle bill, a few of the largest campus organizations have been removed from the allocations process, significantly lowering the amount of money to be allocated, while also removing organizations from the process that have had contentious funding disagreements within the SGA in previous years. Allocation hearings will begin soon, and the SGA meets every Thursday evening at 7 in the Black and Gold Room of the Memorial Union. A memorial service for Dr. John Heinrichs is planned for 10 a.m. Saturday in the Robbins Center on the Fort Hays campus. Heinrichs was serving as chair of the Geosciences Department at the time of his unexpected passing, just before the beginning of the spring semester. He served Fort Hays since 1998. He was 55 years old. That's your Fort Hays news for today. Stay tuned for sports with C.D. DeSalvo.
Oh, crap!
Studies show 81% of the American drivers admit to texting while driving. Almost 50% of 18 to 24-year-olds text while driving. When texting, steering capability goes down 91%. That results in a longer response time than even drunk driving. Help keep our roads safe. Don't text while driving.
What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is defined as the action of unwelcome sexual advances, the request or allusion to sexual favors, as well as any verbal or physical action of a sexual nature. Sexual harassment is really no laughing matter. You can lose your job or even face prosecution. Be smart and keep things polite in the workplace. Your coworkers will thank you for it.
Good evening, I'm C.D. DeSalvo. The 23rd ranked Tiger men's basketball team was on the road last night in a tough rivalry matchup with the Lopers of Nebraska Kearney. Fort Hays came into the game red hot on a 10-game winning streak, but it was UNK on fire early in this one, going on a 19-5 run early in the first half. The Tigers were able to trim the lead to 7 at halftime as they went into the break down 42-35. FHSU tried to shoot their way back into the game with a flurry of three-pointers late, but the Lopers put it away at the free throw line where they shot 92% on the evening. James Fleming led the Tigers in scoring with 16 points, and the MIAA Player of the Week, Craig Nicholson, finished with 14 points and 8 assists. After the 90-83 loss, the Tigers are now 18-4 overall and 9-4 in the MIAA. The 25th ranked Lady Tigers were also in action in Kearney last night as they were able to roll on to an 85-67 victory over the Lopers. Fort Hays State dominated from the opening tip, sprinting out to an early 16-point lead in the first half. UNK tried to hang on in the second half, going on a 10-0 run with just under 9 minutes left in the game to pull within 15, but Kate Lehman could not be stopped as she finished the night with a career-best 33 points to go along with 13 rebounds and 9 blocks. She recorded her 30th career double-double and continues to lead the nation in block shots with a total of 105, just 18 shy of her MIAA record she set last year. The 16-4 Lady Tigers have now won 3 in a row and are 9-4 in conference play. It was a busy day in the FHSU football offices yesterday as players from all over the country signed to come play football at Fort Hays. The Tiger coaching staff revealed 31 newcomers to the FHSU football program on Wednesday. Among the signees, 13 hail from Kansas, with 4 of those being from junior colleges. The class includes 2 quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers, 3 running backs, and 6 players listed at multiple positions. Brown was also able to grab 2 players from powerhouse Booker T. Washington High School in Miami, Florida. 6'1", 200-pound defensive end / linebacker Tevin Evans and Akil Knowles, a 6'1", 170-pound defensive back, joined the Tigers coming off their high school national championship season. The Tigers will look to improve their 6-5 season with these new signees. Now let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for Fort Hays State Athletics. Tonight, the 6th-ranked FHSU wrestling team will face off against conference foe Central Missouri in a home duel at Gross Memorial Coliseum, set to start at 7 p.m. The Tigers will have 3 top 10 wrestlers competing tonight in Trey Page at 285, CJ Napier at 141, and Adam Ludwin at 125 pounds. The men's and women's basketball teams will be on the road on Saturday, taking on rival Emporia State, with the women's game set to start at 3:30, followed by the men's game at 5:30. And the FHSU baseball team was scheduled to begin their season this weekend with a 3-game stretch against Upper Iowa at Lark Park on Saturday and Sunday. But those games have been canceled due to snow. They will begin their season February 12th against Bethany College. Well, Kylie, talking about the after dark thing on tomorrow night, it's pretty cool that the university offers a way for kids to have safe fun right before the spring semester starts.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. I'm definitely going to be there, and I hope to see you all there too.
Should be a good one.
Thank you for watching TMN News. Don't forget to tune in to SGA Live at 7, and from everyone here at the Tiger Media Network News, I'm Kylie Gaughan, and have a good night.